With Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. With Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts, hot facts, hot facts. 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 Hey, with Robert Reese.
Welcome everyone to Hot Facts with Robert Reese. We got a great show today. Thank you for tuning in to Hot Facts with Robert Reese. We go as much as we can, people. We go 1 hour, but it could go a little further if it does get a little hotter. So we have some delivery driver news out there. We had an Amazon driver just happened to just overstep the boundaries of a delivery driver and what they should be doing. He went ahead and did that. We're going to talk about that. We have a delivery driver that I actually did the first part of his story months and months and months ago. And little update on this gentleman here. He was a guy that was going out preying on women and things like that while doing the job. So we're going to get into that. Also, a delivery driver actually helped out a congressman. So we got that news also. You guys do know that No Tip, No Trip is over. It's dead. It is going to be going down the drain. We'll go ahead and go into a little bit of Hannibal is Hungry, Rideshare Rodeo, listen to what they had to say. A few comparisons that were put out there and things like that. But we'll go ahead and tap into all of that on today's show. So without further ado, people, we're going to get into this first one.
As she's beefing up her home security after a scary Amazon delivery experience. It definitely wasn't one of the delivery options you choose while you're checking out online. And 8 News reporter Roland Wilson is joining us live tonight after speaking with her. And Roland, what exactly happened here? This is really a difficult story to understand.
Yeah, for sure, Eric. And this mother says she was scared, she was shocked, and most of all, she says she felt violated after that Amazon delivery driver entered her home without her permission.
I just stood there in shock because I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Lydia Johnson lost for words when she realized an Amazon delivery driver was inside her home without her permission. On January 10th, she says she scheduled her normal delivery between 8 and 10 that evening and instructed the delivery driver to knock on her door instead of just leaving the items outside. It wasn't until her 12-year-old grandson said,
Grandma, it's a guy downstairs. I guess you know him.
That she realized something was off. Johnson says the driver didn't knock or ring the doorbell as instructed. Instead, he just opened her door and walked in. Chesterfield police confirming the incident, saying the delivery driver left the items and left the residence. Johnson filed a complaint with Amazon. A week later, after reaching out to the company myself, a representative told me we've apologized to the customer and explained that this does not represent the high standards we have for our drivers who deliver our packages. And then Johnson received an email notifying her that her delivery would be reimbursed in full. Now she says she will be more cautious moving forward.
Making sure that my door is locked, and uh, I just stay on top of deliveries.
And even if you're not getting food delivered to your home, the Better Business Bureau recommends that you always track your packages. And to make sure that that order gets in your hands, you may want to try requesting a signature or even having someone you trust, like a neighbor, come and pick it up first. For more information, visit this story online at WRIC.com. Reporting live in Richmond tonight, Roland Wilson, 8 News.
Okay, people. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and back it up a little bit. I'm going to get the next clip up here, but we're going to talk about that one. Let me get the next clip up here. We're going to get the next clip up here first. I'm going to put this here. Okay, so the Amazon delivery driver. Now, I guess the driver was, I don't know what happened. Maybe he knocked on the door and it opened up on accident, and he thought that I should be stepping in. But there's something that we've been talking about over the past maybe couple weeks now, and it has to do with the boundaries with the delivery driver, the customer, the merchant, everything like this. Now, this is not like a dashing trader thing where he's, going out purposely to, confront someone or do something weird. This was an accident, but it doesn't matter if it was an accident or not. The same thing happened, and that person felt violated and felt like the boundaries were crossed. That was a prime example of something on why people, you got to make sure that you are following your own practices outside of, even if you work for a W-2, just to make sure you are doing everything right. You never enter someone's home. So, and that scared the child. And then the child said, "Grandma, there's somebody inside the house." So, she was startled right there. So Amazon did what they were supposed to do, refunded her. They also, sent that apology out and said, this does not represent us as a company and what we do, which is why on the dashing trader, I'm tying it in, people. It doesn't matter if it's an accident or not. The same thing is going to come out whoever you are working with's mouth. The spokesperson with DoorDash said he was deactivated because that's not a representation of what we are doing. They both said the exact same thing. So it doesn't matter if you did it on purpose or did it on accident. The main thing is you know how to stick to your practices to make sure that you are going to do it right. Okay? Now some things happen on the fly to where we can't do anything about it, and we call that miscellaneous. But for the most part, if you got your practices down, you can eliminate some of these things that can get you in trouble. Now, chances are this driver, if he was not fired, they probably put him like he has to ride shotgun instead of driving the truck. They probably did something like that. But if they fired him, which it's on the news and everything, which that's probably might have happened. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But if he was punished correctly, have him go through some retraining and things like that. But people, don't walk in people's houses. Now, what if he walked in that house and that person had a gun in there? Because it showed in her actual notes, it says knock on the door. Okay, so that's why I said maybe he knocked on the door and the door opened, so he felt like he should walk in. never walk in because someone back there might have a gun and you don't know where you live and someone will try to take your head off, people. Be safe out there. Think smart, people. Hot facts with Robert Reese, people. You got to understand that. Now, this next one here. Okay, so we have we got a delivery driver saving the day, making the call, putting it in to help a representative, a congressman, a delivery driver. You know, on Hot Facts, people show you guys the gig news and people doing the things all over the place. So I'm going to let you guys hear the 911 call from the delivery driver and see how it all worked out. He actually helped save the representative here, the Republican here, rep here, and he went to the ICU because when you're like damn near like the president, they go send you to the ICU if you have a cold. So sent the man to the ICU and everything. But let's see this patriotic delivery driver. Let's go ahead and check him out.
(911) What is the location of the emergency?
Manatee County, transferring you a caller requesting an ambulance.
Okay, this is Sarasota County 911. Can you verify the address for me?
I don't know. It's out towards Mayaca. Sarasota. Okay. It says Sarasota.
No, okay, and what's nearest cross street or major intersection?
Off of Fruitville.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is there a name for that neighborhood?
What's the name of this neighborhood?
Okay, and what's your phone number?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
Congressman Stubbe, he fell out of a tree.
Okay, just get some more information from the paramedics. Okay, are you with the patient now?
Yeah.
Okay, how old is he?
He just I don't know, 50 years. How old are you, 55? 44? Or he just needs to make sure he's okay.
No, I understand. Yeah. And like I said, I'm going to get somebody out there to check him out. Just trying to get as much information for them so they can help him out better. Is he awake?
Yeah.
Is he breathing?
He's bruised up. Yeah.
Okay. And when
he
did
just bruised up 15 minutes ago.
Okay. How far did he fall?
20 feet.
Okay. And what caused the fall?
Branch hit the ladder.
Okay.
Took him out.
Any serious bleeding?
I think his left arm is started up pretty good.
Okay. Is it spurting or pouring?
No, it's really scarred up.
Oh, okay. Is he responding?
He's probably got more bruises. Not really. Somewhat.
Okay.
Not when I normally talk to him.
I understand. And what part of the body was injured? I know you mentioned his arm. Was there any other part of his body injured?
Several. Back. I don't know.
No, that's fine. You're doing fine. Okay. Like I said, I'm sending the paramedics to help him. Just stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now. Later. Okay. Do not.
I knocked on the door and 5 dogs came to the door and.
Okay.
She must not be in there. Okay. That it?
Okay, just like I said, just stay on the phone with me, okay? Do not move him unless he's in danger and do not spread any injuries, okay?
Now check this out. This dude he's obvious. That's obvious of people. That's obvious a black dude. That's obvious a black dude. And he an older dude, and he like, man, come on. I'm trying to tell you, just ask. He's probably like, just ask me what you want to. But he has to understand that when you're the person on the dispatch, you have to get every single thing that could be going on so that the EMTs, when they get that analysis sheet and they get that on their computers and that they can actually know what's going on, so that they get a summary of what they may be encountering. So it sounded like it's frustrating at some point because it's like, dang, they're asking a lot of questions, but they have to do that. Once he did say, the senator or congressman, they were like, all right, so they're going to be sending the people out there quick. But this delivery driver, it's a 13-minute long call. I'm not going to play the rest of it. If anyone wants to hear the rest of that, you can go ahead and search that up on your search engine. But I'm not going to play the whole 13-minute call on this one right here. That was enough for me right here because he's just asking questions over and over again and all that other great stuff there. But he fell 20. It was 25 feet. He fell. All that stuff happened. But, it was a delivery driver who happened to be in the area who saw what was happening. He even went up to a door to knock on the door to see if anybody else was home and did this and that. But a delivery driver made the call. Everything is not always bad with delivery drivers. We have delivery drivers doing some pretty good things out there and helping a congressman is a very, very great thing to do. And salute to the gig world and that delivery driver for doing it for us, but he did it for America. This was patriotic right here. That was patriotic right there. Salute to that guy there. Now, we got this next piece of news. I'm going to go ahead and bring this one up. All right, people. So got this next one here. I put this up months ago when the first thing happened with this guy. This is what we call a low-life scumbag. What he actually does is he was using his delivery gig to go and be a predator with women, okay, and doing the Law and Order SVU thing. Speaking of that, we're going to get into a person that is an influencer and someone that is in, on every platform, Andrew Tate. We'll talk about that Supreme Law and Order SVU, what they did at his compound early this morning in Romania. We'll go ahead and get into that because gig war or not, that is part of social media. All right. But this guy right here preys on women, does all this other stuff. And he had quite a few victims while he was out on delivery. So this is a little update with this guy right here. And I'm going to take this off of him right here. This is not the patriotic delivery driver. This is scumbag. Let's go ahead and add this. This is scumbag. Okay, this is scumbag. Let's go ahead and check scumbag out. He's a delivery driver that was doing the wrong things. Ricky's Diamonds, what's up? What's up? What's up? Revolution's always in the house, people. Hit that like button, people. Giving you guys that real delivery news. In case you're new to watching Hot Facts, please make sure you like and subscribe. Share these streams. I have a lot of live episodes, and there's tons of them when I bring in the news like this. Go ahead and check them out. You'll learn a lot of things about the gig world and delivery driving that you never thought was going on out there. I go ahead and get between the sheets and get in the streets when it's time to show you guys what's out there. And there's a lot of stories, a lot of news coverage out there, and a lot of it is back page news. But since this is the gig world, I have to bring that gig world news up front. So this is a delivery driver that was doing his thing and doing it for the wrong reason right here. So you can imagine, the Law and Order episode when they create, the delivery driver that rapes the women and things like this. And this is pretty much what he was doing. So let's check this scumbag out.
Boulder police want to find out if a man charged with second-degree kidnapping and criminal attempt to commit sexual assault may have more victims. This is 22-year-old Serene Saye. Police say on September 20th of last year, the man grabbed a woman and forced her into his vehicle and assaulted her. Saye worked at DP Doe on College Avenue as a delivery driver. He's also charged with harassment of a second female student at that restaurant.
Local news doesn't happen here.
Not good. Not good. People, that is not good. I'm just going to skip to the next story. Whoo! People, that's not good. I'm going to just skip to the next story. People, don't do stupid things out there. All right. We all know, we've been talking about it. No tip, no trip. Is it dead? Is it alive? Is it surviving? What is it going to do? Do know that they have a new unsung hero who was playing behind the scenes. Billy Coop is a new hero for a lot of the people that did not understand the message. And I'm so glad, because when I came in, I told Pedro, and I use this analogy all the time, I said, I'm Professor X and you are Magneto. I'm trying to help the people and the customers and the merchants. I'm here for the people so we can all do it together. And I'm loving it now because they are using that same analogy now, and they're saying that Bentley Coupe is Professor X and Pedro is Magneto, but they are using the exact same thing. So I love it that it's come back around in a way to where it's been going on. So we have the militant, strict version where people actually see on the daily what goes on with the people and treating them nice and accepting your orders and trying to help out the communities by teaching the drivers to do it right. You guys have seen me on the front line smacking and fighting. So I would be put as like the militant one, like that would be like the Rock and the Stone Colds and the Triple H's, who are bad guys and heels at the same time. Okay. But they're also good guys. And, they show your results, they show you the results. And the results is for the people, to make sure the people can go ahead and make sure that because they are paying us, we want to make sure that we're doing it right. I just like now that there's somebody else out there that it may sound a little bit repetitive to me because this is just what I do in Team Hot Facts. We've been doing it for a long time, just like this. But for the rest of you guys, it's going to be like fresh air, and you want to go ahead and get a taste of it, because you really have never had it. It's going to help get a lot more drivers to help out the areas where they are, and they'll figure out what's really going on. It'll help drivers understand that they do have to have a connection with the customers and the merchants. It's gonna do a whole lot. Is it gonna help everyone? No, it's not gonna help everyone, but the ones that are willing to listen now, is coming from different ways. So you can always check that and make sure you go subscribe to the DoorDash Revolution. You can go ahead and check out the movement that we have going on there. This is Team Hot Facts. We go live every single morning with a different type of ride along. It's a ride along on a conference call. So you can actually hear what's going on with the drivers in each market. You can actually hear how they interact with the merchants, the customers, with other delivery drivers. And one of the main important things is there's all types of live tests going on. Like right now, we have the live test that Howard just did, and it was to cover the hourly pay versus the pay per order. And a lot of people need to watch and see what happened because he did it live and he traveled to Atlanta to do it, to not do it in his home state. So DoorDash Rick, what's up? So Revolution came with the idea, and I was like, yeah, man, let's go ahead and whoop whoop whoop, and we're on it, and we're working on phase 2. But right now, phase 1 is working out so well that we have different drivers in other areas. We have a project that we are doing right now, people, called Unsung Heroes. This is what Hot Facts and the DoorDash Revolution, this is what we are doing here on Team Hot Facts. TFT, the deputy, is about to step on board and get his feet wet with a little bit too. But Unsung Heroes, we are going to have different drivers in different markets actually be the only driver on the ride-along call with the DoorDash Revolution, because we're going to be highlighting them and getting their actual experience right there. So this is what the early morning ride-alongs are like with the DoorDash Revolution and Hot Facts. Go ahead and check it out every single morning, people. And if it's not on that morning, it was not meant to be that morning. But just about every single morning, go ahead and catch this live different ride-along. And that's coming from us on Hot Facts to you, to the rest of you guys who really want to get down with the program. Okay? Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the DoorDash Revolution. Everybody else that's still may be a little bit new, I like to cover a lot of different news and things like that. So you saw we did news with that type of news, okay, with the reporting type of news. We went in ahead and showed you a nasty dude's news. Didn't want to, but I had to. But we also know that we have people that are gig content creators. We have people that are influencers. We have people that put videos out and they have a following and they have channels. This helps those channels out also when it's being mentioned by the news channel. So we're going to take a look at Hannibal is Hungry, and he's with the Rideshare Rodeo. Okay, they threw a couple little shots in there. We're going to let it go because it's the news. People, the news people get picked on. Let's just face it. But we're going to look at this no tip, no trip thing. We will go over some comparisons on, what you guys hear on Hot Facts to what people are receiving from watching him. We'll tie that stuff in. Then we'll figure out, is no tip, no trip dead? And where is the current state? Okay, we got to figure out where is the current state, because he's going to be on, I think on Sunday, on Pedro DoorDash Santiago. He's going to be over on Pedro DoorDash Santiago's channel. You know what I'm going to do right here? While we're speaking about Pedro, he's going to be over on Pedro DoorDash Santiago's channel, and they're going to have an interview. So that's going to be very interesting. But while they're going to be on Pedro Santiago, I just want to thank him for shouting me out and giving me this support right here. Let's go ahead and listen to one of our sponsors.
Ready to learn, and I'm also ready to challenge. And I'm ready. I had a really great, somebody made a rebuttal video to something I said about strikes. The channel name is Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Robert, R-E-E-S-E. He has some gig channels. He's an OG in this space. He's out in Cali, I believe. We had a back and forth in the comments, a respectful one. He challenged me on some things. I challenged him on some things. I love it. I'm gonna get him on the show probably the next couple of weeks. Me and him have talked in the comments about that. Go check his channel out. It's got some interesting content. Go check him out. Second channel. So
just want to say thank you. A lot of you people don't know that when you come into a certain community, and then they figure out the dude's really got some good stuff, they go ahead and shout you out, people. So that lets you know you need to listen to Hot Facts with Robert Reese. There's a lot of great stuff that goes on. These people would not have said these things out of their own mouths. So let's go ahead and keep it 100 right there. We're going to break down this no tip, no trip thing, but we're not going to watch Bentley's video. We already did that. We're going to break down what Hannibal is hungry and the rideshare rodeo on how they see it and what they're kind of getting from it. We'll see how that ties into Hot Facts and see if they've heard that before. But let's go ahead and take a look.
I don't remember the last time I've watched a DoorDash Diaries video, but checking out some of the responses in other live streams, they're like, "Yo, check out what Bentley did." So I checked it out, and the title is, "No tip, no trip is dead." 2020, something like that. It's dead, and it's interesting with Bentley. In the past, I mean, I'm sure you guys may have seen something of my videos of me going back and forth. In the past, what my issue with Bentley was that I felt like a lot of times when he had a criticism of some of the DoorDash community, that it came across tone deaf. It came across like he's not really looking at the whole picture. I think he's looking on the side of the company.
We're gonna break that part. We're gonna break that part down right there. He said that pretty much the same thing they said about me. They said he's not seeing it in the whole big picture. Well, these things have been said to you guys, and it has been the big picture. And it just took some of you guys, and it's still taking you guys. You guys still don't get it. But, transitions and change, you guys have to learn how to adapt with these things. But let's keep going. Let's go ahead and keep going.
And I felt, and I think back then I was more combative, obviously. But as you get more and more into doing content, you realize there are some weirder people than Bentley. Like, I mean, Steve, you have experienced it to a point where Bentley is just.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month, if not more, just from this app on my phone.
Another content creator that you disagree with some of the time. And the videos that I went back and kind of, not debated, but, create a reaction for, it was universally disliked, I would say. Like, you look at you can't do that anymore. Most people did not agree with his statement, especially when DoorDash was really hitting people with really bad offers. Currently, like you showed me some bad offers today. Oh yesterday or today? It was like $2 for $3 for 9 miles?
No, I mean, dude, they were, just awful. This is what I was talking about. This was worse than when I deleted the app off my phone.
Yeah. So it's difficult to defend some of that, but he tries to balance it a little bit more, I guess, in a better way, later on. But back then it was a little bit more aggressive, and it was like, no, this doesn't make any sense. But this last video, I'm going through the comments, and they're mostly positive. And what he's basically, I guess, if I can break down the video in like 10 seconds, he's saying that some of the pranking or some of the content that's created by a Dashing Trader, I'm sure you obviously know about him. He's been on your channel a few times. He's been on Pedro's channel. He hasn't been on my channel. Hopefully one of these days I can get him on. and Van driving. I don't know how many different times Van's going to change his YouTube name. I think it's DoorDash Driver now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to you, man, you can't.
Now, these names, Dashing Trader, Van, and all the other ones that I consistently have been telling you guys, the other people are now going to be using them in their mouth. He threw a little shot out there. There's people weirder than Bentley Coupe. That was a shot at HotFacts. But it's not weird because what they're trying to put it on is pranking. No, we're not talking about just pranking. Treating customers wrong, just in general. It's not certain things that have come out on, TV or, publicized in the media and in the tabloids. It's not that. It's the things that go on every single day. And these are the things, there's a lot of things on how you can actually make a customer happy to where they're going to treat you right and everybody else that's going to go to that house. And it does help out the areas where you work in. That's why there's areas where drivers are trying to keep other drivers out, because they have established that area as we have made this area really good with how we do our thing. And for the people that just don't get that, yeah, it's going to seem like you guys are going to say we're weird and we don't get the point and all of these other things. That's not what it is. You are missing the big picture. The big picture. I'm telling you, you're missing the big picture. They're in full control because you don't work for them. Okay? You don't work for them. You don't work for the company. You don't do that. You signed a contract to be a third party. So you don't work for the company. They don't have to do all these extra things for you because you don't work for the company. I guarantee if you work inside the DoorDash offices, I guarantee they're paying for their benefits and all this other stuff because they work for DoorDash. They work for. You don't work for. Since you are a third party and you realize that there is another income that comes in, and we'll just call this commission. When you realize that there's a commission that can come in, you can't mess that up by saying, man, I don't think this was going to be this and that, this and that, this and that, which is why they put the earn by hour. You can do the by order, earning by hour, people. You cannot miss more than, you can only skip one order in an hour. Once you skip more than one order in an hour, you're off. They take you off. You cannot do it. So all you people that would skip like 7, 8, 9 orders in a row, it's going to be pretty hard for you to do the hourly just to see what the numbers are. But you guys pretty much do that anyway, but you do it with deflecting the orders. Now, when you deflect these orders, you're gambling on how much you're going to be getting paid per mile as far as on your gas mileage, since that's what most of you guys care about. When you get to these certain levels, you get these certain orders. These certain orders are taking you to higher paying customers. The higher paying customers are the ones that are going to be tipping the most because they are the ones that's being treated right by DoorDash. Now, when you have to go ahead and keep that going, so where when you go, oh yeah, this house, I know I get tips at least like 80% of the time. Bam, 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 and you know your whole area like that. And that comes by treating the customers and the merchants and everyone right. So we are not weird. We are not weird at all. It's something that you should be doing already. And you should take your orders because it's been proven that from many, many people, it's been proven so many times this year. Sin City even has a pyramid, and it's been proven that you can accept your orders and knock them out, and you'll get paid all what you were trying to do, and you'll work less. But when you do that, that's we trip without caring about the tip. Because when you hit accept, you are accepting that order. So you getting mad because you accepted an order, you just shouldn't have accepted it in the first place. That's why we trip without caring about the tip. There's a big difference. What's up, TFT? Let's go ahead and keep watching.
You've had Van on, I've had Van on, we've had Van on the round table, but the hardest thing about Van is just tracking him down because
Yeah.
it's different handles.
So he got he keeps changing. I can't keep up. But no, he.
I gotta say, I've had Van here on Hot Facts. As a matter of fact, Van has the interview out of all the gig tubers that I have interviewed with the most views. So head to my playlist, people. Go to the interview playlist and go look for Van. And you will see the interview with Van, and it is a great one. A lot of great questions. I got a chance to ask him things that a lot of people have never asked him at all. So go ahead and check that interview out.
He has, he does a lot of entertaining content in terms of, joking, a lot of pranks, stuff like that. And Bentley was saying that this stuff is making things worse for all of us. And this is basically a continuation or extreme example of the no tip, no trip movement. And this is not going to help anyone. So like the question is like, is he right or is he wrong? And the problem is with this is I don't think it matters at all. In terms of pranks, there's been prank videos about all types of different occupations from the time of YouTube. There's people doing pranks. Van did not take someone's burrito that no tip and ate it. That was his burrito. It's pretty obvious too. When you see him, it's all entertainment. Now, Dash and Trader is a little bit more, it's not necessarily a prank. He's actually confronting some non-tippers. And he says it in the video, he does not recommend doing this. He's doing it for a bigger purpose. And I think everything that makes sense, at least in my mind, is everyone does independent contractor.
I think that here is the difference between, remember how I broke down how it doesn't matter. What's up, Trader? What's up, man? Remember how I said that, the driver that walked into the person's house and Trader going to confront them, even though one person did an accident, it's still the exact same effect. Both companies still have to put a public apology out, and they said the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing also. You can't downplay Van and say that it's not the same because he's eating his own burrito. All right, that's like saying someone is watching a movie and they're saying that the movie made me go kill all these people, but the movie's fake. You know what I mean? Like, he's out there putting it so that people can see, and there's certain drivers who really act out on these things, and it's the image that you're putting out there, and people take it and they run with it. For example, Trader took it and did it in a different way. He did it in a way to where confronting a customer about the tips, instead of acting like I'm going to eat their food. I'm not going to eat their food, but I'm going to confront them. So he took that and did that. And Van took, Pedro and, amped that up. Pedro's not eating people's food. He left the old lady at the hospital. He did do that, but I've never seen him eat anyone's food or act like he ate someone's food. I haven't seen a video myself. Van upped that. He upped the ante on that. Then started doing the bozo, putting people's food on top of the car and the roof and doing things like that. He actually upped that. Trader upped the ante on what Van did. So you can't separate them and say, well, everyone know Van is eating his own food. No, it's what he's putting out there. And you cannot separate any of that. Now, there's people that like to watch all these people. And sure, you'll say, man, this is entertainment and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but I don't see you out there doing it yourself. So that's how you know. That's how you know it's not right. And You know, you got some renegades out there, and they actually pay. They pay the consequences for it. That's what they're doing. But you're saying it's entertainment because you are not actually out there doing those things. So yes, it's entertainment. But the people that aren't doing it like that, they see it as something that is serious, and it's going to mess up the community. Now that Trader has done this, don't you think that there's somebody already? Because, and I'll tell you why. He's trying to move up to 5,000 subs. Someone will see when his channel started, his videos. They'll look at, oh, he was on here. They watched him for this and did all that. So is that the blueprint on what we got to do to make it on YouTube also and on social media? We have to do something like that. And then they're going to take whatever that is, and someone's going to try to do something more ridiculous than that. I've seen the people go on and they act like they eat the person's food in their face, the little comedian dudes, and they actually have the person's food. They order to say the same thing, but that's pushing the limit right there. But they don't care because they signed up just to do the videos. That they don't care if they get deactivated. There's people out there who are using the job to do it, who need it, and then they're going to get deactivated. And the person that did it for the entertainment just to act like they ate the food, that was terrible too. Because they put a customer through an experience, that was not right. Even though they said, oh, look, you're on camera. It's a joke to make them laugh. That person was angry, like really angry for those split moments right there. So it don't matter. It don't matter. All these things put negative looks on us. And the cleaner we keep it, as far as it shouldn't even be spoke about. You should already know. What's up, Bricky Knight? You should already know. So it'll help everybody out. It's not a bad thing, people. Trust me, it's not a bad thing. Let's go ahead and watch some more of this.
Work in their own unique way. Yeah. We're not all in one group. We're not all employees. Some people are going to operate their independent contractor work in ways that may not work for one person. Same thing with being a top dasher and not being a top dasher. There is, I think we kind of argue about what's the right way of doing everything. It depends on where you are and what your goals are. Dashing Trader's goals was not necessarily to be the best dasher ever and whatever. He's trying to build a YouTube channel. The only thing I think Bentley was trying to say, at least, of when you confront customers, it's possible you can get yourself in trouble.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that
I'm in Brooklyn. I would not recommend anyone doing this, and do not do it. Don't do it.
And that's the traders here in the chat. Now that's something I will say is that I'm appreciative. One thing he does say is he gives that warning, man. Don't do this. And that part, whether you're watching it for the entertainment, whatever value you're taking from it, that part is straight up. And I'm glad he does that. I'm glad he says don't do this, because that is no joke, guys. Don't do this.
Yeah. And you know what Dashing Trader reminds me of? Do you ever watch wrestling at all?
When I was younger, but not so much.
Yeah, I mean, and so what people like about Dashing Trader and what he's doing, it reminds of, to me, my favorite part of watching wrestling back in the 90s, it was like a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I'm sure, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin was the anti-hero. Like, he was supposed to be a heel, but people liked what he was doing, and especially when he was going after Vince McMahon, right? Vince McMahon was the authority. He was unfair. He was cheating. He was taking advantage of the wrestlers, right? And Stone Cold, it wasn't like he was just being like super happy or positive. He was chaotic and crazy and aggressive, and people loved that. They want to do that to their own boss, because we all had bosses that we hated, right? Like W2 work. I'm sure you had a boss who's like, I can't stand this person. I wish I could give him a stunner. I wish I could tell him off, but you can't, because you have bills to pay. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. And Stone Cold would do that. Obviously, it was awful.
Model B, let's screw everybody over. But their business model is let's make money, and they can't do it without screwing people over.
Right. Yeah, and from the company side, from some of the drivers, there's lots of negative stories. It doesn't seem like it stopped the train moving. It doesn't seem it's doing anything to necessarily improve. I think we're just kind of going with the flow, right? Like there's a lot of customers who order from these companies. They all have a negative story about a driver doing something weird or stupid, but they, for the most part, will order again and cross their fingers. Same thing with rideshare. There's some creepy rideshare drivers, especially if you're a woman and you're getting a ride and you're like I guess I would say probably 90%, 95% of the time it's fine. Driver, everything, but that 5%, and you have a story, some may make the news, some may not, and it just keeps moving. So I just don't think necessarily.
What's going on, TFT? Salute to you. I want to.
No, today.
I want to push pause right there because he said, 95% of the time it's going to be good, but 5% of the time it's going to be bad, and then they'll have a story about it. But you got to understand that 5% that have the story, these are the people that are really paying the most, and they're doing everything that you have dreamed that you wish everyone was like this. These are the people that you don't want to scare off and do these things to. It's the people that will put in that complaint, that do have a story, that do all of that. And Dashing Trader, I know when you watch and you hear stuff about you, man, it's not there's no one dissing you. There's no one dissing you, just reporting the news, man. And right now, you have all whatever the reporters are saying on whatever internet sites or whatever. That's what they're going to be using their own words now. You got to worry about what they are saying, with that stuff. I'm giving the news and keeping it way real. The things that have transpired, you took Van to a different level, and just like I said, someone's going to see what you were doing and try to take this to a whole different level. And this is something that we got to try to fix. So don't take it as anything the way it is. You put yourself into the light like that, and so people are talking about it. It's going to be spoke about for a good while, especially while No Tip, No Trip is dead movement is in. You are going to be someone that's going to be spoke about whenever it's brought up now, and more than Van and all the other ones. So, don't get upset now in the early phases, man. Don't get upset now in the early phases. You're going to hear your name as long as they do No Tip, No Trip is dead videos. Your name will be brought up. Your name will be brought up. I promise you. So don't get mad early because you got a long way. You got a long way to go. We don't know how many more people are going to make videos and do lives, and then you have no idea. So just saddle up, and you got to roll with it. You gotta roll with the punches. So it is what it is. But those 5% of those people, those are the ones that really pay us good, and we don't want them to have a bad story because they're not going to tip anybody else that comes through. They'll start being mean. Go ahead, TFT.
Well, the only comment I wanted to make is the same one I've done before. It's like when I'm out here doing these deliveries and accepting these orders, it's yes. Do I want to have $20, $30 orders all day, every day? Sure. Sometimes you got to take those lower dollar offers to get to those bigger, better offers. What I call my order chains. When it dries up like it did for me today, I take a break. Went and go watch all a movie. But I deliver these orders, no matter what they are, as if I was delivering it to myself. How I want it brought to me. Prompt, fresh, hot. Remade by the merchant if I have to.
Yep.
Because if I get cold food, I'm not happy. My customers, they get cold food, they're not happy. I ask myself, okay, they made the drink first. Food, 2 minutes behind. I'm going to make them remake that drink because I don't want my drink watered down, so my customer is not going to get it watered down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, I have taken no-tip orders, of course, especially during slow periods. Most of the time, the no-tip orders that I end up taking are only about a mile or two, and it's $3, $4. There's been a few occasions where I've been fooled by DoorDash. Get a $10 order that's going 2 miles. There's no tip on it. No
Now,
peak pay.
let
So it's
me ask
like, wow.
$10 for 2 miles, right? Let me ask you this: does it really matter if there's a tip on it or not? If it's $2 for 2 miles, does it really matter?
In my opinion, no. That's $5 a mile. As long as I don't care if it's a $3 order for 1 mile, a $10 order for 2 miles, a $12 order for 4 miles. As long as I can get at least $3 to $4 a mile, like Roy was saying in one of his lives a while ago, I'm happy because I'm going to make my money and I'm going to get to my goal.
Yep.
During slow times, will I drop my mileage down from $3 or $4 a mile to 2 or 3? Yes, because it's slow. The more I'm sitting around just with basically my thumb up my butt, I'm not making any money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make money, I'm not happy. I can't hit my goal in time, the time frame that I want.
Right.
So will I take a $3 order for 1 mile, knowing there's no tip? Yes. Because 9 times out of 10, I get that order, I'll have it knocked out and be done with it in less than 10 minutes.
See?
Especially if the restaurant's on the ball. If the restaurant's on the ball, I'll be done with it in less than 5.
Oof. Oof. See? That's what I'm talking about.
And the DoorDash algorithms, I can guarantee you, if you start filling in your dead spots of declining orders with a couple of the $4 for 2 miles or $3 for 1 mile, $5 for 2.5 miles, take some of those orders to help fill in that little gap. 1, you're going to make a little more money. 2, the algorithms will see that you're looking at $2 to $3, $3 to $4 a mile, and you're going to get more of that offer. More offers that match that criteria.
Oh yeah, Deliveroo. We got someone out there in the UK watching in right now. Salute to the UK people. He said, "I will apply to Deliveroo," meaning he will apply these things that we are talking about, people, over on Deliveroo over in the UK. So that means, people, the things that we are saying, he's like, maybe that can help us out here. That's over there to the UK, people. And I want to give a shout out to Peace Ganner Reggae out there. That is my UK connection out there. I want to give a shout out to him. And Reb in London. All right. You will apply that on Deliveroo. And if you are in London or if you are in Australia, please let us know. But I do know Deliveroo is in the UK. I do know that for sure.
It's down in Australia too, if I'm not mistaken.
Just Eats, Deliveroo. There's a couple other ones, and I want to give a shout out to London Eats. He is by far he's like their nugs. He does all the other stuff, but he does it with the ride-alongs. He's got like 50,000 some subscribers over there, and yeah, go ahead and check out London Eats. Check out Peace Ganner Reggae. Go ahead and check those people out. This is from the USA to the UK, people, here on Hot Facts. Now, yeah, Deliveroo is Uber Eats. Yep. Well, they have Uber Eats out there also. Now, let's get back into this video right here because they're gonna get into what they feel about and what they should put in and some other things. Let's hear what they gotta say a little bit more.
The idea that, because I think that's what Bentley was trying to say. There's no tip, no trip movement, whatever you want to call it, or the mantra, whatever, is going too far. But we're all following the same thing, even he does, with not taking those offers. It's still cherry picking, it's still taking the best offers. Now, it depends on how you dress it up, but it's all the same. We're all doing the same thing. It's just how you go about it.
But honestly, from what I sent you today, I mean, like those. I sent you a couple that were $2 that went. It went
That
up
$3 9 mile is ridiculous. Like what was that restaurant for? I don't even know.
Oh, that's it's a famous Philly cheesesteak that's in my neighborhood, and it wanted to go to the other side of Denver because they're not a chain. It's just this one.
Yeah.
But again, that should have been, to me, with doing curry work. I mean, I won't even tell you, but that. It should have been even on DoorDash $15-20.
Yeah.
That's the kind of work they were looking for an hour of my time to go downtown.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's not.
It's,
you guys, you cannot put in a $2.50. First of all, why am I getting $2 orders? Why am I getting $2.50 orders?
I don't know what's going on with them.
Why am I even seeing those? Because I don't care if that's just 2 blocks away. It's a $2 order is not even worth me turning the car on.
Want to take the guesswork out of your net worth? Feature a free dashboard to update your net worth live.
That's a problem. And we need more companies to try to make the model make sense, make this business model make sense. Because right now it doesn't make sense, but the customers love it. They want it, even if they go through some of the negative stuff, even if they have a bad Instacart batch or a shopper, don't know what the hell they're doing. They're going to do it again because of how convenient it is. Right. But when you see this, and that's why there's some people who are upset at the customers, they need to pay more money, right? And it goes back to, can we shame non-tippers into tipping? I don't think we can.
I don't think we can shame them, but I think there's some strategies. Like I think you could, a lot of people, like one of the things I saw Trader point out in a video, you can, you get to the last screen and it defaults the tip amount. And so the no tippers are literally not choosing another option. They're just deselecting the default and leaving nothing.
Okay, so
see, in DoorDash there is no $0. You have to go click other and then type in 0.
Man, he said
it gives you 3 defaulted options depending on your order subtotal. They say you got a $20 subtotal, it's going to default, and you're 4 miles away from the restaurant, it's going to default with a $3, $4, and or $3, $6, and or $3, $5, and $8 tip. Which is based off a percentage of your subtotal plus maybe a little extra for mileage. That's the way DoorDash works.
Yeah.
Uber Eats may be slightly different. I don't know. I don't use Uber Eats myself, so I don't really know exactly. But I use DoorDash. I frequently order stuff myself.
Well, here is what I was about to get into, because he said there's got to be a strategy or a way. Yeah, you are the person that has to interact with the human that you are taking it to.
This whole COVID thing really screwed us up. Where drivers are expecting tips to even move their car. They're wanting us to move away from they want us to move towards, I guess I should say, the tip before I even get anything out of you mentality. That I should just throw money at you in hopes I get everything and get it all correct. That's not the way it goes. When you go to a restaurant, do you tip your server before she even takes your order? No. You tip after you get the bill and based off of her service. Most people will tip a percentage of the bill, and that's it. And they won't even go above and beyond that. They'll usually tip like 15% and say, done with it. So I base my tips. Most of everywhere I go for a restaurant, I'm going to tip a minimum of 10 to 15%. And if the server did a good job, checked on me every now and then, make sure everything was okay, fulfilled any requests, handled any possible complaints that I may have had with my order, and done it professionally, I'm going to up that tip percentage by leaving extra cash on the table or hand it directly to her.
Now check this out, TFT. I'm going to read you. People, you can go ahead and make sure you check Hot Facts out. I'm on every single platform, people. Every single platform that there is, I am there as a. I'll switch it later. But this is a comment from someone, and it's the video where Van is. I have a video of Van acting like he's eating someone's chips and everything, and this came from someone named Jamie Peters. Okay, I work in hospitality business. If you went to a bar or if you went to Applebee's, would you tip your server or bartender before you got served? Would you wait till after? Why would I tip someone who's delivering my food before I get it? Also, I like to take cash because the government doesn't know, and I tip very well. But anyways, you tip for the service after you get it, not before. And it's fine. If you don't want to deliver my stuff, I'll get a refund and you'll get effing fired. That's the comment from Jamie Peters right there. This was on Tuesday. And
Well, see, that's just it. A dasher who doesn't accept the order is not going to get fired. They're just not going to make any money. However, like I said, because I live out in the country, pretty much every driver that comes to my house is guaranteed a minimum of $5 to $10 tip. Just because I live so far away from pretty much everything. Now, if they do their job right, they have a chance of adding to that tip. If they horribly blunder my order, like that one driver did when I ordered from Walgreens, I'm not only going to give you a bad review, a bad rating, I will call and remove that tip. Despite the fact that you drove all the way to my house and brought me the completely wrong stuff.
Ooh-wee, I heard that one.
Now, I can understand if they were out of what I ordered, but you should call me, text me, see if I want diet or want a larger bottle of milk than what I ordered.
Oh, I hate that, TFT. I hate that. I hate that. And
That's why that driver, who's been to my house before on other orders, got a 1-star review and had his tip removed. Because he did not contact me when there was a problem with the order because the store was out of what I requested, out of the size that I requested, or out of the flavor that I was looking for. Now, yes, I could have added a substitution list, but I don't know what they have in the store. That's why I'm ordering online. That's why I say contact me if they do not have this.
Right.
Because maybe I don't want a larger bottle of milk. All I want is the smaller bottle. And if they don't have it, I'll go without. Or I'll go to the store myself and buy it somewhere else. Or maybe I'll order from a different location to get what I want. Now, in terms of soda, they didn't have the flavor that I wanted. Fine. I don't want it then. Don't bring me something else.
Right. See? I hate that. You hate that.
Because if they literally had, because they literally did not have the exact items I wanted. This guy got me the larger bottles that I ended up having to throw because I ordered 6 20-ounce bar, the 6 little lunch pail size bottles of milk, so that my wife could take them to work with her if she needed them for if she had a bad case of heartburn.
You're talking about the ones you normally get.
Like the Nesquik bottles, the actual regular milk.
Yeah.
The regular milk.
Yep.
You put them in your lunch in your ice chest to take the lunch with you, your lunch bag.
Yeah.
I ordered 6 little bottles of those. So my wife at the time was having a little problem with some heartburn. So she can take one to work with her if she wanted. She could have one at home I ordered 2 liters of Mountain Dew. I ordered something else. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. I think it was a bag of chips or something. Because I felt I needed something to drink and I wanted some snacks.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have any of the snacks. He went ahead and refunded those. Didn't just grab another bag of chips and say, he'll just take that. Yeah. But they didn't have regular Mountain Dew, which is what I ordered. He brought me Diet. They didn't have the little bottles. He brought me the freaking half-gallon bottles. I ended up, so I had 5 half-gallons of milk.
You have to pay more, too.
I had 5 half-gallons of milk he brought.
I don't care who you are. You drink that, you're going to have all the gas. I don't care.
I had to throw, I gave 2 of them away, one to each neighbor on either side of me, because that's all they said they could take. Was only able to drink 1 between my wife and I before the other one went bad. Or other 2, I should say. So I had to throw out a full gallon of milk. Because this idiot wouldn't call me and send me a text message or send me a message to ask me if I still want it, because they don't have the size I was looking for.
See, and you get a couple of neighbors that talk to each other, and they're gonna be like, "Man, don't even use that app to order this stuff," and then you messing up the money in the area, man.
I talked to my neighbors. They understand that not all drivers are that way. Right. Now, they don't tend to order because, well, there's like 8 of them in each one of the houses, and they pretty much all have cars. So they all just go out to the store whatever the hell they want. I don't have that luxury most of the time. Sometimes I'm just too damn tired to really want to go back out to the store. That's why I order.
See? Well, let's.
Now, and I told you about that one lady I had. I ordered some food for my wife. Yeah, I fucked up. Pardon my language.
No, you straight.
Yeah.
That's been the first one. That's been the first one the whole show. We've been doing all right. We've been doing all right.
I forgot to change my address from my wife's work to home. You know, she was on her way. She hadn't she at a point where she had another order on her anyway, so it didn't really make much of a difference. But and it was actually closer. Her other order was actually on the way towards me, my home location, so it worked out in her favor. But I apologized for that inconvenience, and I told her, look, if you can bring it to this address, and I gave her my address after speaking with her on the phone. I even texted it to her in the app, because I tried to change it in the app, and it wouldn't go through for some reason.
And she came through.
So I told her, if you would, please, I'll give you an extra 20 for the inconvenience and trouble when you get here.
Ooh,
yeah, and I told her what to do. I told her, you're probably going to have to go mark the other order as complete. Just mark it as hand to me, and don't worry about it. Just come on through, and I'll have an extra 20 for you when you get here.
Got it. See?
Yeah, and this was $35 worth of food that I had already put a $15 tip on the app. So I'm already paying $50. You know, 35 for the food plus 15 to her.
She came up. See, that was
she could have. But she could have just took it to the address and dropped it off and left it there.
Yes,
but still got her $15.
But this is the situation. No. You were the exception of someone that was actually the customer that was actually doing the part that you wish is going to happen, and that was a driver that did so it was a matchup. You know what I mean? Like that was a good match, because typically people.
I've had that happen to me as a driver at least twice so far in my dashing career, where the customer had the wrong address, and they got a hold of me and asked me, "Hey, I'm sorry, I forgot to change it. Can you please bring it to blah 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 address?" Sure. Yeah. The last lady who did that, Her was a $15 Pizza Hut, Little Caesars order. I don't remember how much of that was the actual tip, but it was a $15 order for, I think it was like 4.5 miles. Yeah, it turned out to be 7.5 miles because she was 3.5, like 3 miles away from the other address. But when I got there, she gave me another 15 in cash.
Oh.
So I got the $15 order plus another 15 for the second delivery of that order.
Oh, so yeah, you were good. You were good.
No problem. The first time it happened, I was literally just in the drive-thru, just getting ready to get handed the order. It was actually a no tip order, in fact, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a $4.50 order going a mile up the road. From a McDonald's to apartment complex, literally like maybe 0.8 miles away from the McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
I'm at the window, got the food. They called me. Said, we've been trying to change the address. But I was like, I know, I see the message is coming through, but it's not going through in my system. So I asked them what the address is. I'll bring you the order.
Oh yeah.
And they said, oh, thank you, blah, 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 all that, yeah, blowing smoke up my butt. But they didn't. Because when I got there, they had $40 waiting for me.
Oh yeah. See, now that's a solution right there. Now that was not nothing weird. Now these guys were just asking what type of strategy. So let's hear some of the stuff.
That's just it. There is no real strategy in the getting customers to pay extra money other than doing the job right. And keeping the food hot, getting it to them in a prompt manner. Because every one of these apps has a way to add a tip after the fact. You may have to call support to do it in case of DoorDash, but there's a way. And if the customer believes that you are worth that extra tip, they'll tip you. If they don't care, there's nothing you can do as a driver to get them to give you extra money.
I hear you.
Now, yes, there is a way for DoorDash and Uber Eats and the platforms.
Now, this is what Steve I think is going to be talking about. Watch this.
So they're purposefully leaving nothing. I think it should be a default something, and you can't change the tip until the order gets there.
Yeah. And I'm guessing, and I see this comment from Ryan. I appreciate you guys. I know that the chat was actually buzzing a little bit, and I haven't had a chance to go through it. It's not the company, it's the customer. The companies are just a vessel between you and the customer. But the problem is, I'm trying to figure out what can change faster? Customers' behavior, because most don't tip.
Right.
Or the company that's setting up this model. Which one is likely to at least change?
I don't know what he's doing in his
right now, nothing seems like it's going to change. But I'm thinking the only time, I do believe shaming works. I do believe shaming works, right?
Depends.
It depends.
It depends on what we're talking about. There's some shaming that's way out of line and doesn't work.
Yes, don't worry. I'm going to explain it. Shaming works when the person that's doing it cares about you. And you know that. It's hard for a stranger to shame me, for me to get the message. Because I don't know you. I don't know you actually looking for my best interest in heart. You may be just aggressive. You know what I mean? Like when your parents, not to shame you, but when my father ever said, "I'm disappointing you," it's not necessarily a shame, but it hits you harder. Or if you see, or if you see your friend doing something wrong, it's like, I don't think you did that right. I think you messed up. It's not like a shame, but it affects you. It could change your behavior. But when a stranger telling you don't tip, I don't know if that's going to make the person start tipping, right? But it brings more awareness, obviously, with the social media. But in terms of how do you change customers' behavior to tip more when most of them are saying, go get a real job. You chose this to do this. Talk to the company, not me. I'm not responsible. These are the barriers that we keep fighting all the time. And it's a lot of people who believe in this. A lot. It's not a small amount. I mean, I go through your orders, right? How do you change that behavior? I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that I think everything's been so screwed up from the beginning. Uber started and they said, no, we're not even allowing tipping. That was a big problem because Uber was around for so long before all this. I know Lyft came.
And I assume by not tipping that the drivers are going to be taken care of. So most people wouldn't even think of oh, I guess no cash being handed. So I pay and everyone is happy. Apparently that wasn't the case.
So when Uber was starting, they were like, overpay the drivers by 10. Travis Kalanick was still the CEO. Overpay the drivers by 10. Oversaturate the market by 100. Undercharge the passengers by 10.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
So now that, the passengers were paying way less than they do now. Right. And they were being told, don't worry, you don't need to tip. Our drivers are taken care of. Now at that time, if the passengers were asking me, hey, can I tip you? Like, yes, I would always take a cash tip, but I wasn't in the position I would be now as a rideshare driver where I had to be like, well, yeah, I felt okay saying, oh, don't worry about it. I was also playing into the fact of, yes, I am paid well enough.
Right.
Because I was making 50 plus an hour, any hour I went out.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'd like you to tip, but at the time I didn't care. So I feel like they did some very strategic maneuvering here that down the road led to some real problems. So then when they went to the tipping culture, okay, well, now they've got these weird tipping fallout screens, and maybe what they need to do, I sent you that thing today. I don't dash much. I haven't even had the app in 10 months.
Oh no, you do it for science.
Yeah, I do it for science.
For experiments.
I was talking to Jimmy tonight for a while, in fact. And so, but the thing I sent you today that says that, the $2.25 a mile guarantee, that's a big deal on DoorDash right now.
Yeah.
But again, here I see that they're doing so. I didn't even understand until last night when I was talking to Joe and Dashing Grandpa and some other people that, okay, so the top dasher's still there at 70%, and you can still do the climb at the end of the month and then have top dasher status for the whole month, but it only allows you to dash now. The diamond status, you have to stay above 70% for every day of the month.
Yes.
To get it.
Is it 50 to 70? It's something.
I think it's
crazy.
70.
Yeah.
Joe, I think Joe, he's in here. Let's play DoorDash. He told me 70, and I think he's known. So
we're not the most. We don't dash a whole lot.
But being on the platinum, it made it sound like the text I got today. Now again, I don't deal with DoorDash enough. Is that it made it look like you're going to be first of all, they say you get the better orders. We've always doubted that, but now they're saying, this text that came through says the guaranteed $2.25 a mile if you're in the diamond.
And that's the best.
Right. But so, if you, like at that point though, like maybe I would take every offer if you're going to pay me $2.25 a mile.
Yeah.
I might not.
Now that's something that we want to talk about there. They spoke about the diamond, and it says, it's guaranteed. We already know from you and everybody else, even myself.
Well, first off, the information he's putting on that video is a little off. Exactly. Yes, Diamond does have diamond orders guarantee you X amount per mile, and if you're at 50 to 69%, it's only $1.50 a mile guaranteed, or at least that's what it is in my market for that that acceptance range. If you're 70 and above, in my market, it's guaranteeing you on those diamond orders a minimum of $2.50 a mile in my market.
Now this is proving this proves, and I don't get how they don't understand that this is the way of proving that you accept your orders, you get to this thing, you're going to get better orders. This is their way of saying that.
Mm-hmm. But I do have one caveat to that. If you're on a large order program, which I am, those orders aren't always going to be shown as diamond orders.
Correct.
I've had several large order program orders that ended up being $30, $40 or $30 to $40 for the order. I drove like 8-9 miles, but the offer screen only showed me like $7-8 going 8-9 miles.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I had one yesterday There's a large order from dicusses, Italian restaurant. It was $230 worth of food, subtotal, give or take. You know, and it was listed at shit. I'd have to go look it up. I'm pretty sure it was listed like right around like $8 or $9, $9 or $10, but it was going 15 miles. When I completed that order, I got $75.
Ooh-wee.
And that's not cash. That was all in app.
And that didn't show Diamond because it was a large order.
Well, no, I had large orders that did show as Diamond because they were literally like 2 miles, but the offer came through at like $7, $8 for 2 miles. That's a Diamond order.
I got you.
But it also ended up having the plus next to it because that order went to like 15, 20. You know, and we used like $100 worth of food. I got $20 out of it, going for like 2 miles. Freaking fantastic! $10 a mile. I'm happy as hell.
This DoorDash is they're actually doing a pretty good job because
I mean, don't get me wrong. On every time I dash,
but they were asking for transparency, right? So right
they're
now
doing pretty good about it now. Yeah, it's not complete, but
DoorDash says this is the transparency that we will give you guys. We're going to tell you that you're going to make this much per order if you get here on at least a mileage thing. So they are telling you people that you are getting that, which goes into this, people. If you are on the Diamond program, like everyone on Team HotFacts, we are all Diamond drivers. So when you're up there, it may be an order. It may be an order where there's no tip on it, right? And you're like, okay, there ain't no tip, but you got paid like $10, $12. You got paid like $10, $12 to go like 3 miles. So are you gonna complain about not getting a tip, or complain that you actually got like a $11 order for 3 miles, which you would take that all day anyway? So is it less of an order if that one wasn't a tipping one? No, but they gave it to you because you're a Diamond driver, and they said that you're gonna get, the highest paying orders. So you still did that, and I'm gonna give DoorDash a little bit of credit since I've been back on it. They're saying it and they're putting it there. So the drivers who are not understanding that, you gotta go back and read it and pay attention all over again, because some of the things you guys asked for, they're actually doing right now. And
just another tip on the Diamond orders. Just because it has a plus next to the payout at the end of the payout offer doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be a large order. First off, it just means that it's going to pay you a little more than what that initial offer was. It could be as little as 1 penny. Could be as much as $100, but I've yet to see that much. But,
right.
It could range anywhere from between 1 cent to $100, possibly even more, depending if you really get lucky. The odds of that happening, $100+ or extra being hidden or added on later, because when you completed the order, is going to probably be next to 0 chance.
Right.
Not impossible, but next to. Somebody who's that well off and feels like you did that great a job, or they really, really, really want that food, they may pay that. I don't know. But every time I dash, I want to say I'm currently in the 90 percentile range. Again, every time I dash, I want to say 75% of the orders I get are Diamond orders. Maybe 80%.
And that's a good percentage.
When I was lower than I am now, when I was in the 70 to 80 percentile, 80 to 85 percentile, it was about maybe 65 to 70% of my orders that I got were Diamond orders. The higher I get in the acceptance percentage range, it seems to be the more often I get those orders.
Right.
Which the actual program name for DoorDash on this Diamond program is not the Diamond program. It's accept more, earn more. That's the official DoorDash title for that program.
Yeah. Accept more, earn more. Yep.
Yes. And the more I accept, the more I earn. Not just because I'm accepting more orders, but because I'm getting higher and higher paying orders and more frequently than I would when I was lower percentile acceptance rating. Because before this diamond program hit here, I never really went past 70-75%.
Right.
Because I had too many bad offers. I mean, there may be some days where I got back up in the 80s while I was just being top dasher only because I had strings that gave me that many good orders that were within my acceptable range for me to go ahead and deliver with no questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd end up maybe having a bad string of orders where I may have to decline 5 or 6 orders straight because they were upside down.
That does happen. That does happen, people. It does happen. And we are all human.
Yeah. Now, lately, since this Accept More, Earn More program has been instituted, I don't have the desire or need to decline so many orders, especially since I'm well above 70%. Now, like I said, at the 50 to 69%, yeah, you're probably going to see a lot more of the quote unquote low ball orders, no tip orders, because they're going to send those to you guys before they send them to people in the upper echelon of the acceptance ratings.
Yes. That is what's going to happen. And they're proving that people right now.
Well, it's already happened. Well, I see it every day.
Well, for the people that, you know what people I'm talking about, the ones who are, they're getting this for like the very first time. And they're like, oh, wow. But people, it's been spoke about. It's been spoken
Another
about.
problem, though, with DoorDash right now is they're still bringing on new drivers, even though nobody's quitting or anything.
Right.
But they're also hurting those new drivers because, like, back when I started, and I'm not talking that long ago, when I first signed up, I had 2 weeks of Dash Now to help me get to my top dasher. When that expired, if I didn't make it, which my first month I didn't, because I started late in November. I think it was the 23rd of November. The 2 weeks only carried me to the first of the month. I didn't even get the full 2 weeks myself. But now drivers aren't even getting that. They're not even getting a week. They're starting off straight out, no top dasher, no Dash Now at all. Now they do offer some loopholes to try and help you get that Dash Now for a little bit and so that you can get that top dasher status. And that's by doing the shop and pay orders. They state, I keep getting texts and emails about it every now and then, where if you have to get 7 or 8 Dash Now shop and pays in a week without having to not get a single item. Every item is acquired or substituted, so that you have a 100% fill rate. You will get a week of top dasher. And that's how some people are maintaining their top dasher status, is by doing those instead of actually going through and putting the time in to boost their acceptance rate. Right. Now, that may have been fine before this Accept More, Earn More. It's not going to work so much anymore that way, from what I see. I see so many dashers here in my market who are new or die hard, no tip, no trippers. Will not even turn the car on if for anything less than $5 or $6 a mile. Those guys are actually starting to leave DoorDash because they don't have the Dash Now. They can't get the Dash Now.
They can't get it, right.
Because their acceptance rating is too low. And they're not going to take $3 orders for, even if it is for half a mile.
Which goes into this is no tip, no trip dead. You know, that's why the question is there. Is it?
Would I say it's dead? No. Because even as diamond drivers, we will not take an order if it doesn't make sense to us. 'Cause I'm sorry, Reese. I know you will not take a $3 order for 15 miles.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's people. I don't take.
You won't take that $3 order for 7 miles.
No,
because that doesn't make sense.
I don't take Five Guys orders at 11 a.m. So, I don't care how much I'm not taking that.
It's like, well, I don't care, man. If I get a Five Guy, I'm near a Five Guy right now. If I got a Five Guy order at 11 o'clock in the morning, paying me $45 going 5 miles, I'll sit there for an hour to get those stupid fries.
Yeah, that's and you said it, to get them stupid fries. Everything be ready, and then they say, "Oh, we got
everything be ready, got cold, and remade before the fucking fries are done."
Like, dang, man.
It's like, I don't get me wrong, the burgers ain't even that good.
Right. That, shoot, make that.
I'll tell you right now, you can put a In-N-Out burger and a Five Guy in front of me right now, brown paper bag them both. I'll tell you which one just from the smell is who.
Yeah, just from the smell. You don't even got to look at it. You look, blindfold me, people. Blindfold me.
I ain't even got to touch it. I ain't got to touch it. I ain't got to taste it. I'll tell you which bag is Five Guy, which bag is freaking In-N-Out.
All I got to do is
In-N-Out is damn delicious.
And In-N-Out smell fresh. In-N-Out just smells fresh. People, it smells different.
Yeah. In-N-Out is basically a smell like a burger you just made at home. But better.
All you people in other states, you guys know about Five Guys. You guys know about Johnny Rockets and other places. They
don't know about no In-N-Out burger unless they come here, because In-N-Out's West Coast only.
Yeah. You don't know about In-N-Out. So when we talk about In-N-Out, it's an experience even for us. Like,
you can go to In-N-Out and have a show watching them make your food. Watching that dude pumping that fries through, and fresh potatoes every couple of seconds. And I'm not talking about the little rinky-dinks. I'm talking about the big monster potatoes. And they just pumping them all day. They got 3 dudes that interchange every so often, just pumping fries out left, right, and center.
Now check this out. People say, "Oh, this dude is cheap. He took me to McDonald's." Well, what you gonna say if he took you to In-N-Out?
In-N-Out's prices are cheaper than McDonald's, and food is 10 times better.
10 times better. You're like, "Oh no, but we went to In-N-Out. Look, if we didn't go to McDonald's, we went to In-N-Out. It's a difference. It is a difference." Now, dang, whoo, we've been on.
I should go drive over to In-N-Out right now, so I can show put it up on stream of all the people in there working. They got like 25 people in there working. Nobody want to quit. Because they pay good. They got benefits. They ain't got to pay for their uniforms. They ain't got to pay to get the uniform washed. All they got to do is show up, put in the job.
Yep, because that one white truck come, the uniform truck come. That uniform come and they come and take them, and then they bring them back. People, and then you take yours home on it's laundry day. Now, I got this comment for right here. I got a short up there. Delivery driver must see. It's when they started really implementing to where the utensils and things you gotta ask for it. So and condiments. So I put the short on up, and it's got a lot of views on it. And this guy said, so he says his name is Yo-Yo. He says, so I do a lot of deliveries for a local taco shop, and they don't put hot sauce unless it's ordered. He said, I asked them to put some in the bag because who eats Mexican food without hot sauce? And I want my customers happy. Then I was told that they are probably going to throw away the sauce anyway. He says, I don't know. What do you think? He says, I need hot sauce on every bite. And when it looks like more than one person is eating on the order, one of them must want extra sauce. I'm going to keep asking for it. I want happy customers. Now,
so it's just like when I go to McDonald's. If somebody orders fries, I don't know about you, but I like ketchup with my fries.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes because they don't always salt them good enough, I ask for extra salt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I may need they don't even give you a straw unless you ask for it at most of the locations when
Yeah.
you order a drink. Now, fortunately, all the ones here, if you order soda, they always put a straw in the bag regardless. But I've had a few incidences where that wasn't the case. And the customers, actually, several customers, when they started this, were actually stopping me and say, hey, you wouldn't happen to have any straws on you, would you? Well, yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Because they didn't put one in my bag. I told them, no, they do have an option under the sides where the condiments and stuff are to go ahead and add a straw. And 9 times out of 10, if you order a combo meal, it should also ask you to click add a straw. Just for future reference. Even what I've been trying to do every order, regardless, if I see unless I physically see them put straws in the bag, when I drop off the order, I leave a straw or two, depending on how many drinks. And I will run down to 7-Eleven and grab a freaking stack of straws like that and throw it in my bag. Just to make sure I can keep supplied. If I have to go buy my own freaking straws, I'll go order some from Amazon.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start just going around and buying a bunch of sauces from these various restaurants so that when I get orders for chicken nuggets, hey, they didn't put any sauce in my bag. There you go. I got extras. Like, yeah, did you get them? Did you get them before what did you do? Dash for them when I got there or what? Like, no, I just went out and bought a whole bunch of them. Because I'm tired of people saying they didn't get their sauce.
I got a condiment bag that I keep. I have a condiment bag, and I got like 8 cup holders of those cardboard ones in the truck. You know what I mean? People, you gotta stay prepared for things like this. Because your customers, it's like Yo-Yo said. I want to keep my customers happy. He wants happy customers. He knows how he's making a little bit more money because he says he picks up from that taco shop all the time. So chances are it's a mom and pop's place and they have a tablet there. And they probably give him thumbs up. Customers probably give him thumbs up, and he's making sure that he's not going to mess up there. All you got to do, people, is just think like TFT said, is as if you were doing it, picking up your own order for yourself. What would you do with that right there? Now, people, we got.
I'll go one step further. Pretend like you're delivering every order you're delivering to your mother.
Ooh, you a cold brother right there.
You want your mama happy, don't you? Then make her happy. Get everything she needs. Get the napkins. Get the ketchup. Get some salt. Grab some straws. Even if you see him put the stuff in the bag, grab some extra anyway. That way you can give it to the next customer.
TFT ain't playing, people.
This is why I tell people, don't half-ass nothing. Do the job right.
Man.
Yeah, because I'm tired. I'm seriously tired of having customers message me when I'm going to pick up an order saying, can you please get extra sauce? Oh, the last driver didn't get me none. The restaurant's not putting it in the bag. I'm always telling them, not a problem. You're going to have your sauce today for sure. And it's like they're always so appreciative when they open their bag and see the sauce. So I'll get messages after I've completed the delivery saying, thank you for getting the sauce. I really appreciate it. That just made my day.
And he go get an extra tip, people. So is no tip, no trip dead? We're not gonna say it's dead, but right now, it's.
So like I said, I'm not gonna say it's dead. It's gonna evolve to try and stay on the flow with the times. Right. That's why I'm saying honestly, it's not really a no tip, no trip anymore. It's more of it is a no tip, no trip, but they used to apply that to the lowball offers as well. Now they're not.
Right. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
In my opinion, anyway. At least a lot of the guys that I see out here. I mean, yeah, we're in California. A lot of these guys still don't even understand what the heck Prop 22 is. because they're watching videos from Pedro and everybody else, not bothering to watch anything from here locally.
Yeah, and that's nuts,
You
right
know,
there.
and I walk into the Chick-fil-A that I'm pretty close to right now. 9 times out of 10, when I get an order there, it's about a 10 to 15 minute wait, minimum.
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A. Yep.
Yeah, because that one over there is exceptionally busy, and it's also in a very small parking lot. So I have to fight through the snake chain of drive-through cars to find a place to park,
Mm-hmm.
and then wait through the 40 or 50 people that are inside the restaurant ordering to try and get my order, as well as the other 4 or 5 drivers who are bothering to wait for theirs.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea
And the
the number of drivers.
The parking lot damage that they do on at Chick-fil-A, it goes around the whole parking structure.
Oh yeah, yeah. And like I said, you have no idea how many drivers I'll see walk in, check in, or walk in, just stand there, and then take off 5 minutes later, because they don't want to wait more than 2-3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes tops. It's like that's where we in California are very fortunate, because we have the Prop 22.
Right, California, Washington, New York, people. There's other places sprinkled out. I know Massachusetts has something that they have going.
Yeah, I didn't know Washington was in on it now too, kind of thing, but I knew there was a little more states than just us who had something to help us out, help us drivers out.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that we haven't heard. Now, this is what would be good from somebody in New York who is getting the guaranteed hourly pay with this. To now, you can speak up if no tip, no trip is really slow down in your area, because you know you may understand what me and TFT are talking about when we are doing this. If you guys are in one of those states and you make content, you can just leave some comments in. Leave those comments in, and we can talk about those here on Hot Facts.
Even but again, regardless, I don't even really factor Prop 22 into my earnings anyway.
No.
I still make my money the way I make my money, and Prop 22 is like I've always said, basically for me, it's just free gas money. For me, that's all it is.
Yeah,
it's just free gas money. I'm not working for it. I get it. I just get it. Period. That's all I look at it as bonus. It's a bonus, you know.
It's coming in. You can go sleep. It don't matter. It's gonna be there. It does not matter as long as
I don't even factor it into my earnings every week. So if I tell you I made $1,000 this week, or I made $1,500 this week, that's not counting my Prop 22. That's all just deliveries, period. And tips. You know, 9 times out of 10 in my earnings, I don't even factor in the cash tips. So if I tell you I made $1,200 this week, that's all in app.
Oh yeah, we all forget to include the cash tips. And yeah, you include the cash tips. Some of you people don't get a lot of cash tips.
It's like my best week, which I've come close to a few times. Cash tips, in-app tips, delivery, the base pays, peak pays, the Prop 22, all of that combined. My best week was $4,000.
Yeah, people are like, what's he talking about that much? He's talking about people. There's things that we get, we get healthcare stipend and Prop 22. So
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about no healthcare stipend. I'm just talking about the Prop 22 pay.
No, I'm talking about
every week.
All in line together. When they all
together, if it all falls in line together, and I can hit a $3,000-4,000 week plus get the healthcare stipend of the $1,275 on top of that, that's a $5,000-6,000 week.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, and I know not every one of those other states are doing the healthcare stipend like California is. Some of them are. Not all of them, from what I've heard. Most of them are just guaranteeing a minimum hourly wage, period.
Yeah, that's
so if you only can get say $7 on DoorDash for an hour, you're going to still make at the end of the week with your guaranteed pay portion from the state or city or whatever it had be. You're still going to make that $16 or $18 or $15, whatever it is.
Yep.
Well,
we're almost at 2 hours right now, TFT. We about to shut this thing down. You know we can't keep talking like that.
We can keep talking all day if we want, but people will start tuning out like that. It looks like they already have been.
Yeah, so yeah, we about to go ahead and shut this down, people. So we just go back and check it out. Share this stream. Lots of great stuff, lots of great information. Is no tip, no trip. Dead, no, but it slowed down dramatically, people. If you have any questions, you wanna see some new interesting stuff, please tune in to Hot Facts. Please leave comments on every single platform. If you have a question for TFT, leave it in the comment box. Leave it wherever you want to. I'll go ahead and read those out loud. You got questions for Revolution. Other people, go ahead and drop those down. We'll go ahead and make sure we read those out. Final words, TFT.
Same as every day that I'm here. Stay true to yourself. Stay respectful to the merchants and customers. Do your job. Do it right. Don't half-ass anything. If the customer asks for something, excuse me. If the customer asks for something that wasn't listed in the order, that you're not going to have to come out of pocket for, of course. Like they ask, hey, can you make sure you give me a sauce? Make sure my sauce is in a rag. Make sure straw's in the bag. Can you give me some ketchup? Get it. Make the customer happy. Customer's happy, they're going to tip. They tip, you're happy. That's it.
And that's it, people. I'm not even gonna add nothing else here, people. Actually, I have to. And this is just for everyone out there. Just remember, if you get frustrated, people, if you get frustrated out there, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and just relax. Take a deep breath.
Heck, do like I did today. Take a break, go watch a movie.
Yep, take a break. Take a break. Don't push it. Don't rush it. Take it easy. And, that's when you're supposed to take that break, when you get to that point. Listen to yourself. And with that being said, people, until the next caper, we out of here like Chuck Woolery, people, in 2 and 2. Listen to the theme music.
Hot Facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese.